Hi guys, we're here today with Jackie from Geberit, the New York District Sales Manager, and we're here to talk a little bit about Geberit and wall carriers and the whole world of wall-hung toilets. So tell us a little bit, who is Geberit? Because I'm sure not everybody knows.
Sure. So Geberit is a Swiss company. It's a national company. In North America, we really do specialize in just our carriers and actuator plates, but globally we do sell other products like China and sanitary ware.
So tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here.
Sure. So this is our standard 2x6 in-wall carrier for a wall-mounted toilet. You have a 16-gauge frame, steel frame, which holds up to 880 pounds. So a lot of times people do ask me, you know, if somebody heavy sits on it, will it hold it? And the answer is yes. 880 pounds. Most likely your china will crack before any damage is done to the actual carrier. The carrier itself is pretty unique. It's a seamless mold made out of what's called high-density polyethylene, which is similar to what a car gas tank is made out of. So it's fairly indestructible. And the fact that it's a seamless mold prevents any leaking from happening.
So just to ask a few questions, because not everybody understands what we're looking at. So this goes in the wall, and obviously the toilet would be out here and your tile would here. How do you access if something goes wrong with the tank or anything else? How do you get to it? How does the whole system work?
Sure. So I think that's one of the concerns people do have when they are interested in purchasing one of these. But it's actually very simple to access the inside of a carrier if any parts needed to be replaced or serviced. So what you would have here on your finished wall is your actuator plate. You would just lift it up and take it off, and what you would be seeing is this splash guard. You simply remove the splash guard, and you have your working components on the inside. So it's very simple. Here you have a lifter. So what this actually does is when you're pushing the buttons in, it's actually lifting the flush valve up. So you would just take that out, which is this. You would take our...
Are you a certified plumber at this point?
Well, so it's fairly simple, but you would take a fill valve out as well as your standard, or our standard, flush valve. It's as simple as that. So those are your only working parts that are actually in the tank. So as you can see, it's super simple if any maintenance is required.
That's right. So one of the common misconceptions about wall-hung toilets is I have to take all the tile and the actuator and everything apart to service it. Clearly, it's all right here, and Geberit makes it very easy. It's
very simple. It's very simple for a homeowner to do. Any plumber could really do it. The installation is not that difficult in general in regards to installing one of these carriers.
So speaking of installation, we get a lot of people coming in saying that I can't go from my regular floor-mounted toilet to a wall-hung because there's too much plumbing involved. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Sure. So your standard floor-mounted toilet, for the most part, is going to require a floor-mounted outlet. It's simple. It does take a little plumbing, a little rearranging of the plumbing to adapt, but it's not very difficult. Anybody, for the most part, that has space in their wall, whether it's a 6-inch space or a 4-inch space, could use any of our carriers.
So talk to me a little bit about the ADA applications for a wall-hung toilet.
So there's a couple of things when we're talking about an ADA application, and there's a couple of specific points that need to be addressed. One is the height of the finished toilet. So with Geberit's carriers, you do have adjustable legs where you could actually mount the seat height anywhere from 15 to 19 inches, so that does comply with the ADA guidelines. And there's also a couple of different configurations. You could actually set up the flush actuators. We do have our standard flush plates, which are ADA compliant when installed correctly, as well as we have remote actuators, so that would be off to the side. So if there's an unobstructed area on the side, it's great to put it there. That way it's easily accessible. And we also have some of our electronic flush plates as well, which as somebody stands up, it'll automatically flush.
They also have, which is pretty amazing, a customizable actuator. that
Sure.
I'll let you talk about it.
Sure. So some of our series do allow you to actually customize the plate. So you would purchase a standard plate, which is a customizable one, and you could actually use your own material, whether it's wall covering, tile, quartz, marble, anything to your likings that would complement the space.
So tell us a little bit about some of the benefits of having a wall-hung toilet.
Sure. Other than the aesthetic part of it, which is very nice. I mean, when you're looking at it, it's very clean. It's off the floor. You can accent some more tile underneath, having it go into the back wall. And it's a very clean, seamless bowl, usually when used with our carriers. Other than aesthetics, I think one of our biggest features that we do have is space savings. So whether you need it or not, when you actually have a tank in the wall, when you choose a bowl, you're only coming off the wall about 21, 22 inches, where a standard floor-mounted toilet takes up about 28, 29 inches. So you really are gaining a lot of floor space in small bathrooms or just bathrooms in general.
Not just physically, but visually too, because you don't have the big toilet sitting in the
correct.
center of the room.
It's not a heavy piece. It's very clean. Strength, because it's made out of a 16-gauge steel frame. As mentioned, it holds about 880 pounds of weight, which is great. So it's very sturdy. And flexibility, we are compatible with almost every manufacturer's wall-hung toilet. So you do have a lot of flexibility in regards to style and design. So we actually have a wide selection of decorative actuator plates that you could pair with these, starting from an entry-level Sigma 1 and going all the way to our electronic Sigma 80, which is electronic.
And also your customizable ones. And for most companies, they don't have the kind of depth that Geberit has as far as the actuators go and the styles.
Correct, yes. We do have the most in regards to configuration, styles, and finishes.
Tonight we're having a CEU. Also, Geberit is a big part of that. And we just wanted to say thank you for being a part of tonight, being a part of our showroom. We show the product, we use the product on a regular basis, both in projects and in residential projects and single-family homes. Wall-hung toilets have come a long way, and Geberit has probably been there since the inception of the wall carrier. They're an amazing company, and I just want to say thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.